Skin tags and warts, what actually works. A small skin growth often creates a surprisingly strong emotional reaction the moment it is noticed. It may appear while drying your face, adjusting clothing, shaving, or looking closely in a mirror under brighter light than usual. At first it seems small enough to ignore, but once noticed, it becomes difficult not to look again. The mind immediately wants certainty. What is this? Why is it here? Can it disappear quickly? The internet usually answers that urgency with confidence, offering overnight fixes, dramatic before and after promises, and homemade methods that sound simple enough to try immediately. But skin rarely responds well to rushed decisions, especially when the exact nature of the growth has not been clearly identified first. That matters because not every small growth is the same thing, even when two spots appear visually similar. Skin tags and warts are both common, both usually harmless, and both often misunderstood. A skin tag is typically soft, flexible, and attached by a narrow base. It often appears where skin rubs against skin or clothing, such as the neck, underarms, eyelids, or beneath folds where friction happens repeatedly. A wart usually feels rougher, often firmer, and develops because of specific viral activity in the outer skin layers. Because they may look similar from a distance, many people assume they should be treated the same way, but that assumption often creates unnecessary irritation. The first wise step is always identification before action. If a growth changes color, grows rapidly, bleeds unexpectedly, becomes painful, develops irregular borders, or simply looks unusual, self-treatment should pause immediately until a qualified professional evaluates it. Safety begins with clarity because skin can sometimes imitate harmless patterns while actually requiring more careful attention. One reason rushed home treatment fails is that people often treat uncertainty as if certainty already exists. They search for speed before understanding. This is why overnight promises rarely tell the full truth. Healthy skin repair usually takes time, whether the method is clinical or topical. Even when removal itself happens quickly, the skin still needs days or weeks to recover calmly without irritation. Professional removal options exist for exactly this reason. In a clinical setting, a provider may use freezing, careful cauterization, or minor removal techniques designed for specific cases. These methods often appear simple because the environment is controlled, the skin has been evaluated, and the treatment matches the diagnosis. At home, that same certainty usually does not exist. This is where caution becomes more valuable than confidence. Cutting, clawing, scraping, burning, or applying harsh substances to skin without proper understanding can create bleeding, irritation, infection, and unnecessary marks that last longer than the original growth itself. Many people assume a small growth means small risk. But skin responds to injury with its own healing rules, and those rules do not care how impatient the person feels. If over-the-counter products are used, instructions matter more than most people expect. Applying too much, repeating too often, or treating the wrong type of growth can worsen irritation instead of helping progress. That is why patience often protects appearance better than aggression. Gentle skincare around any treatment area also matters. Harsh scrubbing, repeated friction, aggressive exfoliation, and strong products can irritate surrounding skin and make even harmless growths feel more inflamed than they actually are. A simple cleanser, soft drying, and calm handling usually support better outcomes than constant touching or checking. Moisture also matters more than many people realize. Healthy skin repairs more effectively when the surrounding barrier remains supported. Dry, irritated skin often reacts more strongly to any treatment, even mild treatment. That does not require expensive products. Often, a simple, gentle moisturizer used consistently protects the surrounding area better than complicated routines. Sun exposure matters too, especially after irritation or removal. Healing skin often darkens more easily when exposed repeatedly without protection. That can leave lingering marks even after the original issue is gone. This is why sun awareness helps preserve results after any skin change, even small ones. Observation is another underrated skill. A simple weekly look at size, texture, shape, and color often gives more useful information than daily anxious checking. Daily checking can make tiny changes feel dramatic because attention exaggerates what has not actually changed much. A calm weekly comparison creates objectivity. Photographs can also help because memory is often less accurate than people assume. A small photo taken under similar lighting once a week often reveals whether something is stable, changing, or simply being emotionally magnified by repeated attention. The skin also reflects broader internal conditions more than many people expect. Sleep, hydration, stress level, friction, and general inflammation all influence how skin behaves, heals, and responds to minor irritation. This does not mean every skin tag or wart reflects deeper illness. It simply means skin often repairs best when the body is not constantly strained elsewhere. The wisest sequence remains simple. Identify carefully, decide calmly, act safely. Many people skip directly to action because doing something feels emotionally relieving, yet unnecessary action often creates avoidable problems. This is why professional advice often saves time rather than delaying progress. A brief evaluation can prevent weeks of guessing, repeated irritation, and unnecessary anxiety. It also protects against treating something incorrectly simply because online images looked similar. Another important truth is that gradual improvement is often the safest kind. Dramatic overnight change sounds satisfying, but skin usually prefers gentler processes that allow tissue to remain still. Gradual often means less irritation, less discoloration, and less regret afterward. Speed becomes tempting because visible skin changes feel personal, especially when located on the face, neck, hands, or other visible areas. But visible skin also deserves the most patience because mistakes there remain visible longest. The goal is not only removal. The goal is healthy skin after the growth is gone. That means protecting texture, minimizing unnecessary irritation, and respecting how slowly healthy tissue often repairs itself. It also means understanding that not every harmless growth requires immediate removal if it remains stable, painless, and unchanged. Sometimes reassurance matters more than urgency, and sometimes the most intelligent decision is simply waiting until clarity arrives instead of forcing immediate action from uncertainty. Because skin responds best when treated with calm precision rather than emotional urgency. That calm precision often produces better cosmetic outcomes than aggressive methods ever do. Your skin is living tissue, not a problem to defeat quickly. It is a system that responds to what you repeatedly do, how gently you do it, and whether patience remains stronger than impulse. And when patience leads, better decisions usually follow. If this brought clarity instead of confusion, subscribe now, watch the next video, and if you are serious about getting real results, click the link below and get yours now.